Hello again everybody, welcome to the channel. Now, these are the RC-600 toppers from a company called Stadium Music. They kindly sent these out for me to show you how they look and feel and whether or not they'll be a suitable choice for you. So let's take a closer look. So first of all, this isn't a sponsored video. All opinions here are my own, but there is a link in the description which will take you to the website and you can select which toppers you'd like, which colours, how many, etc. They come in packs of 3. And you can also mix and match your colours easily before adding them to the cart. Of course, if you do plan to cover all 9 pedals on your RC-600, you will need to purchase 3 packs in total. So anyway, I've now seen a few fellow RC-600 users who have been using these toppers, and I've also spoken to a few who highly recommend them. So I thought I'd reach out to Stadium Music directly to get hold of some. I selected the colours I thought would suit me best, but of course you can just select the colours that work best for you from the website. Now, for those of you who have seen a few of my videos, you'll notice I have been using the Mua and Sonicake toppers for a while now. Sometimes I felt like they were misfiring and they weren't being pushed down properly. And as you can see, because they're rounded over the edge, sometimes you would catch it at the wrong angle and then the pedal wouldn't be pushed down properly. So when I saw these pedal toppers by Stadium Music, I was impressed by the design, which is the same size and spacing as the ones on the RC-300, but they've been specifically designed for use with the RC-600. So we take a look at one up close. You will see that we have a small hole at the front of the topper, so this allows you to see through at the status indicator, so that you can easily see if you're recording, dubbing, stopping, etc. And if we flip it over, there is a small recess which is where the foot switch sits, and allows the topper to be pressed firmly onto the foot switch without misfiring. Imagine the standard topper sitting on top of the pedal. Because there is an overlapping area around the topper, it can be easy to accidentally catch the pedal or not quite push down at the correct angle, which can cause the misfire. But these toppers from Stadium Music certainly alleviate this issue. So without further ado, let's get these things installed on the RC-600. Alright, so RC-600 is here. It's actually on the bottom tier of my new pedal board, so I've recently just built this. If there isn't a link already up here in the top right hand corner, there soon will be, so you can check out exactly what I've done and how I've put this board together. But we're not here to talk about that, we're here to talk about these Stadium Music toppers. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that our RC-600 is nice and clean. I've given it a good clean with a microfiber cloth. And now I'm just going to plan out exactly where I want my pedals to sit. So I'm not going to physically put these down into position just yet. But I am just going to map out so that I can see if I'm happy or not with the layout. So I think for me, I know what you're going to say, why have you put a black one there? So I'll talk you through it in a second. Alright, so I think for me, I might go with this. This is what I've been thinking for a while, since I got these toppers. And the reason I'm thinking this layout is because I've got track 1, record, play, and then stop. Track 2, record, play, and stop. And then on mode 2, I've got track 4 and 5 doing the exact same things. So it makes sense to have red and white or something like that on that side. Over here, I've got, on mode 1, I've got track 3 as this pedal. And I've got track 6 as this pedal. So these are just one pedal loopers. So it makes sense maybe if I just have these as different colors rather than this one being white for a stop, because then it might confuse me. And at the top, I've got this to switch modes. I've got this as an undo redo, and this is an all start stop. So I think this is probably the best layout for me. So when you receive your toppers, you will actually get a couple of spare adhesive strips in case you need to replace them, and then a handy guide also talking you through the installation process. So you can see that I've just roughly put these into position before removing the tape. And then before you install them, you want to see that the edge of the hinge, which is this bottom part here, should fit nicely in line with the LED strip. So if I just put that right there, so I've now got the edge of the hinge lined up with the LED strip, and then the recess is going to sit snugly over the pedal. So you see this is a bit too high, so I'm going to pull that edge of the hinge down so that it sits in line with that LED strip, and then I should have a nice alignment. So that's for those pedals on the top tier, and the pedals on the bottom tier, you'll be able to just slide the hinge underneath the metal strip, and then it will just line up correctly. Again, making sure that the recess fits nice and snugly over the pedal. You can see there is a little bit of wiggle room to the right and left, but once I've taken off the back of that double-sided tape and fit this into position, there will be no side-to-side movement whatsoever. So before fitting any of these, it's a good idea to give the unit a good clean. I've already done so, but there's no harm in giving it another wipe down before we put them into position. So now we know what we're doing with these, let's get them installed onto the RC-600. We're going to peel off the back. So you'll see that I've just removed the tape from the back of the adhesive strip. We now know exactly how we're going to fit this onto the RC, so let's get the first one into position. Again, we're going to feed that underneath the metal strip. Make sure it's central before pushing down and you're happy with the position. And make sure that recess is covering the pedal. And once it's in position, we can just push firmly down and it's in place. Okay, so now they're all in position. We just check the bottom of each of those pedals and make sure that it's fitting in to the recess like we talked about. There's 1, 2, and you can see that they're all in the right place that they need to be so that they'll all function correctly. So let's give them the once over, record, dub, play, stop. All working nicely. Now obviously these have just been installed, so they've not been tried and tested enough for me to give you my full verdict, but what I will say is they look and feel really good. I've just been playing around with them for about an hour or so without any issues whatsoever. The adhesive strip is really strong, so they've set into position very well, and if they do need to be removed, you need to use a bit of force to get them off, but of course they will come off if you wanted to replace them, etc. You can visibly see the status indicator light, which is really important. And they appear to be a well-designed, good, robust pedal topper. Of course, I'll come back to you when I've put them through their paces a little bit more, but my initial thoughts are that these are a good quality and reliable topper to fit your RC-600, specifically designed to ensure the button is pressed correctly each and every time. Again, if you'd like to take a look at these pedal toppers, click on the link down below, which will take you directly to the website. This is affiliated, so it's a free way to support the channel and help me make more content like this for you all. So that's it for today, everybody. You can give the video a like if it's been useful, subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop, and you can support the channel through the various links below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta!